Nineveh was the capital of the Assyrian Empire. And the Assyrians were violent, corrupt, and they were a threat to the nation of Israel. And so God commissions the prophet Jonah to go and preach to Nineveh, to get them to repent, to save them from God's wrath. Jonah wants nothing to do with this, and so he runs away. He gets into a ship and sails as far away as he possibly can. But God intervenes. God sends a storm, and it threatens Jonah and everybody else on the ship. Jonah realizes that he's to blame, and so he tells the sailors to throw him overboard. Reluctantly, they throw him off the ship, and the storm stops. And then God miraculously provides a great fish to swallow Jonah whole. And Jonah survives in the belly of this fish for 3 days. After 3 days, the fish vomits Jonah onto dry land, and Jonah goes to Nineveh, where he preaches. And the Ninevites repent, and they're saved. Now, there are some great differences between Jonah and Jesus, but there is all sorts of interesting Easter eggs in this story. And Jesus actually compares himself to the prophet Jonah. He says, in the same way that Jonah was in the belly of a great fish for 3 days, so also I'll be in the belly of the earth for 3 days. Jonah came out of the fish to bring salvation to the Ninevites, and Jesus came out of the tomb to bring us salvation. Jonah preached to a Gentile nation, the Assyrians, and Jesus commissions his disciples to preach to the Gentile nations. When Jonah was on a boat and the storm came, he was asleep, and the sailors had to wake him up. There's a story in the Bible where Jesus is sleeping on a boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there's a great storm, and the disciples have to wake Jesus up. And both Jonah and Jesus are able to stop the storm. Jonah offers himself as a sacrifice for the sailors. Throw me overboard, he says. Jesus offers himself as a sacrifice when he died on the cross. He was our sacrifice. The sailors prayed to God that they would not be guilty of Jonah's blood when they threw him overboard. Pontius Pilate washed his hands when he sentenced Jesus to death, indicating that he would not be guilty of Jesus' blood. After Jonah preached to Nineveh, he goes outside of the city, east of the city, and he sits down to watch what's going to happen, hoping that Nineveh would get destroyed. Before Jesus was crucified, he is east of the city, and he looks at the city and he weeps. He weeps because Jerusalem rejected him. He weeps because he knew that in the future, Jerusalem was going to be destroyed. Jonah lacked compassion. He did not want to seek and save the lost. But in Jesus, we see incredible compassion. He came to seek and save the lost. John 3, verse 17. God did not send his son to condemn the world, but to save the world. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.